What if I told you the Philippines doesn't actually have a housing demand problem? What it might have is a housing preference shift. And before you dismiss that, those are two very different things. Because when people hear unsold condos, slower sales, or softening market, the immediate assumption is that Filipinos stopped wanting property.
But look around. People are still buying. People are still investing. The desire to own something, that hasn't gone away. What's changed is what they're looking for. A few years ago, the question buyers asked was simple. How close is it to my office? The CBD was everything. Proximity was the premium. You paid more just to be near the center. Today, the questions are completely different. Can I have more space? Can I afford a house and lot instead of a studio unit? Can I work from home and still have a life? Can I raise my kids somewhere with actual trees, not just a balcony? Can I live in a real community, not just a building with a gym? Those are different questions, and they lead to very different decisions.
Now, don't get me wrong, Metro Manila is still the economic center of this country. It's still important, it's still where a lot of the money moves.
The difference is it no longer feels like the only answer. And when the only option becomes one of several good options, that's when preference starts to drive the market, not just availability. Is the biggest mistake investors are making right now. Assuming that demand is permanent and static. It's not. Demand evolves. The version of demand we saw 5 years ago was shaped by a world without a pandemic, without remote work at scale, without a generation who decided they want more than a 30 SKU unit.
The story isn't that Filipinos stopped wanting homes. The story is that they started wanting a different kind of home. And the investors, the developers, and the brokers who understand that shift early,
they're the ones who are going to be on the right side of this market. If you want to know what that means for your next move, you know where to find me.